My brother Danny bragged at dinner, "Sold your little food truck for $45,000. The family cheered, finally making smart decisions. I said nothing and smiled. Then the buyer's lawyer called, screaming and panicking. My brother Danny bragged at dinner, "Sold your little food truck for $45,000. The family cheered, finally making smart decisions. I said nothing and smiled. Then the buyer's lawyer called, screaming and panicking. Growing up, I was always the dreamer in the Chen family. While Danny got praised for his steady office job, everyone treated my food truck like a cute hobby that would eventually fail. When are you going to get a real job? Mom would ask at every family gathering. Danny has benefits and a 401k. You're just playing with food. I'd been running Sophia's Kitchen for 3 years, serving Korean-Mexican fusion from my custom-built truck. The business was thriving. I had regular spots, catering contracts, and was saving to open a restaurant. But my family only saw the long hours and messy work clothes. Last month, I got accepted into a prestigious culinary program in Paris. It was a 6-month intensive that could launch my restaurant career. I arranged everything carefully, hired my trusted assistant Maria to run the truck, set up mobile banking, and left Danny with emergency contacts only. "Don't burn down the truck while I'm gone," I joked before leaving. "Don't worry about your little food cart," he'd replied with that condescending smile. The program was intense, 18-hour days learning from Michelin-starred chefs. I barely had time to check in with home, but Maria sent weekly updates that everything was running smoothly. Then came tonight's family dinner video call. "Surprise," Danny announced, raising his beer. "I solved Sophia's little problem while she was playing chef in France." My stomach dropped. "What problem?" "Your food truck was clearly failing. Maria told me business was slow and you weren't making payments on the equipment loan. That was impossible. Business was booming and all payments were automatic. So I found a buyer, this young couple starting their own food business. They paid $45,000 cash and took over all the debts. I handled everything through power of attorney." The room erupted in cheers. Dad was clapping. Mom was crying happy tears. "Danny saved your credit rating," Uncle Pete said. "Smart thinking." My hands were shaking. "Danny, I never signed any power of attorney." "Sure you did. Last week before Paris. You were so stressed about leaving the business." He waved a document at the camera. "Don't you remember? I'd flown straight from my truck to the airport. We'd never met that week. Where's my $45,000? I deposited $30,000 in your account after covering the legal fees and money you owed me for handling everything. Honestly, Sophia, you should thank me. Now you can focus on being a real chef instead of slinging tacos from a truck." The family was nodding in agreement, convinced Danny had rescued me from financial ruin. That's when my phone rang. Unknown number. "Is this Sophia Chen?" The voice was panicked, almost screaming. I stepped away from the laptop. "Yes? This is James Park from Park & Associates. We handled the purchase of your food truck business. Why are FBI agents at our office with warrants?" My blood went cold. "FBI? They're saying the sale was fraudulent. Something about identity theft and federal tax violations. The buyers are here crying because agents seized the truck and all their equipment." I closed my eyes. Danny had no idea that my food truck business was registered as a federal contractor. Through my catering contracts with government buildings, I had security clearances and tax ID numbers that triggered automatic investigation for any unauthorized transfers. "Mr. Park, my brother forged my signature and illegally sold federal contractor property." "Oh God, the agents are asking about wire fraud charges. They want to know if we verified." The line went dead. I walked back to the laptop where Danny was still holding court, explaining his brilliant business move to the cheering family. "Who was that?" Mom asked. "The buyer's lawyer," I said calmly. "Federal agents just seized the truck. Danny's under investigation for wire fraud and identity theft." Danny's face went white. "That's impossible. It's just a food truck. A federally registered food truck with government contracts and security clearances." The cheering stopped. Car doors slammed outside Danny's house. "Federal agents," I said, watching Danny through the screen as armed agents appeared at his front door. As they cuffed him, Danny looked at the camera in confusion. "I was trying to help you." I reached over and closed the laptop. Some problems solve themselves.